Have you ever felt drained by someone's negativity? Today, we're diving into the complexities of handling toxic individuals effectively. These personalities can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It's crucial to recognize toxic traits and understand the importance of managing these interactions with care. By prioritizing self-care and setting clear boundaries, we can safeguard our peace. So what are the best strategies to handle such challenging relationships? Stay tuned as we explore practical strategies to shield yourself from negativity and maintain your peace. First up, setting boundaries is your initial line of defense. Envision boundaries as invisible lines that mark the limits of how others can treat us. Effective boundaries are clear, firm, and non-negotiable. Start by identifying what behaviors you find unacceptable. Is it raised voices, personal insults, or constant negativity? Once you know what you won't tolerate, communicate these limits clearly. It's not enough to just state your boundaries once. The key is consistency. Each time a boundary is tested, reinforce it calmly and firmly. This might mean saying, "I've mentioned before that I don't appreciate being spoken to in that tone. Let's try to keep our conversation respectful." Remember, it's perfectly acceptable to adjust your boundaries as situations and relationships evolve. What's crucial is that these boundaries serve to protect your emotional and mental well-being. They are not barriers to keep people out, but rather guidelines that ensure mutual respect and understanding. Remember, firm boundaries are not just about saying no, they're about respecting your own space and peace. Next, let's talk about the power of distance. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's often beneficial to limit the frequency and depth of your interactions. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting people out of your life entirely. It's more about creating a buffer zone for your own mental and emotional health. By reducing your exposure to negativity, you allow yourself the space to breathe and maintain a healthier mindset. Start by prioritizing your engagements. If an interaction isn't essential, consider whether it's worth your emotional investment. Perhaps choose to communicate through text rather than a phone call, or set a specific time limit for meetings. These small adjustments can significantly decrease the emotional drain. Additionally, be strategic about the environments you share. If certain settings tend to elevate stress with a toxic person, try to avoid those scenarios or make the encounters as brief as possible. Remember, it's not about avoidance, it's about smart conservation of your emotional energy. Creating physical and emotional distance can often bring clarity and reduce stress. Now, mastering your emotions in the face of provocation is key. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's critical to remain unruffled by their attempts to unsettle you. This composure is not just about keeping the peace, it's about maintaining power in the dynamic. One effective technique is deep breathing. It sounds simple, yet its impact is profound. By focusing on taking slow, controlled breaths, you shift your body's response away from stress and towards calm. This physiological shift can help dampen immediate emotional reactions, giving you the space to respond more thoughtfully. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. It involves staying fully present in the moment without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This can prevent you from being swept away by the emotional storm that toxic people often try to stir. Keeping your cool denies toxic people the control they desire over your emotions. Moving on, understanding the why behind someone's toxicity can be enlightening. Empathy, often mistaken for sympathy, is not about agreeing or condoning behavior. It's about stepping into another's shoes to see the world from their perspective. This approach doesn't excuse their actions but provides valuable insights into the underlying motivations that drive their behavior. Consider this. When you recognize that a person's hostility stems from their own insecurities or past traumas, your perspective shifts. You might find that their need to control or demean isn't truly about you, but a reflection of their internal struggles. Knowing this, one can sometimes de-escalate a tense situation simply by acknowledging their feelings or expressing understanding rather than meeting aggression with aggression. By practicing empathy, you equip yourself with a deeper understanding of human behavior, which can diffuse potential conflicts and reduce the emotional toll they take on you. Remember, empathy is not about being passive, it's about being insightful and strategic in handling interpersonal challenges. Empathy can be a powerful tool, not for justification but for comprehension. Focusing on yourself is not selfish, it's essential. In the dance of daily life, especially when faced with toxic individuals, the rhythm can often be disrupted by negativity and stress. It's in these moments that turning the focus inward becomes not just beneficial but crucial. Engaging in self-care isn't merely about indulgence. It's about constructing a foundation strong enough to withstand the tremors caused by others' toxic behaviors. Imagine self-care as building a fortress around your mental and emotional health. Activities like reading a book, taking a long walk, or practicing yoga are bricks in this fortress. Each act of self-care adds another layer of protection, making you less susceptible to the negativity that might otherwise penetrate your peace of mind. Moreover, when you're well-rested, well-nourished, and well-supported by your own actions, your capacity to handle challenging interactions expands. You find that not only are you less affected by toxicity, but you also possess the clarity and strength to navigate through it effectively. Invest in your happiness and well-being. It's your best defense. You don't have to deal with toxicity on your own. When navigating through the murky waters of toxic relationships, having a robust support system is not just beneficial, it's essential. Imagine having someone who listens, understands, and can offer a shoulder to lean on during tough times. This is the power of a supportive network. Surround yourself with friends, family members, or even a professional therapist who genuinely understands the challenges you face. These are the people who will offer you not just sympathy, but also practical advice and a different perspective when you feel overwhelmed. Sharing your experiences with them can alleviate the emotional burden, making the situation more manageable. Moreover, sometimes just knowing there are people who care can provide immense emotional relief. They remind you that you're not alone in this struggle. Their presence and encouragement can be a beacon of hope, guiding you through difficult interactions. A strong support network can be your greatest ally in navigating toxic relationships. Keeping a clear perspective is crucial in dealing with drama. When navigating the turbulent waters of relationships with toxic individuals, it's easy to lose sight of the horizon. These personalities often thrive on chaos and seek to embroil others in their own conflicts and negativity. The key here is not to play into their hands. Imagine yourself as the captain of a ship in stormy seas. The waves are the drama stirred up by toxic people. If you focus on the waves, you might lose your way. However, if you fix your gaze on your compass, your personal values and priorities, you can steer safely through any storm. It's vital to recognize the tactics of manipulation and emotional gameplay that such individuals employ. By understanding these tactics, you can detach yourself from their influence and avoid getting caught up in unnecessary conflicts. Focus on what truly matters to you, be it your peace, your goals, or your emotional well-being. Remember, their drama does not have to be your drama. Asserting yourself is a respectful way to communicate your needs. It's about finding that sweet spot between aggression, which can escalate conflicts, and passivity, which can leave you feeling resentful and overlooked. Assertiveness allows you to express your thoughts, feelings, and preferences in a way that is clear and direct, yet respectful and considerate of others. Imagine someone constantly interrupts you during meetings. An assertive approach might involve calmly stating, "I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I'd like to finish my thoughts before we move on." This statement is straightforward and respects both your rights and the other person's eagerness to contribute. Another technique is the use of I statements. Instead of saying, "You're always dismissing my ideas," try, "I feel undervalued when my ideas aren't considered." This shifts the focus from blaming the other person to expressing your own feelings and needs. Being assertive also means being able to say no without guilt. For instance, if a toxic coworker demands too much of your time, you might respond, "I understand you need help, but I'm not available to assist until later this week." Being assertive helps you stand your ground in a healthy, respectful way. Sometimes the healthiest option is to walk away. Recognizing when a relationship has become irreparably toxic is crucial for preserving your mental health. It's not about giving up. It's about making a strategic choice to enhance your own well-being. The first sign that it might be time to walk away is persistent unhappiness. If interactions consistently leave you feeling drained, upset, or disrespected, despite your efforts to set boundaries and communicate effectively, this is a significant red flag. Another indicator is the lack of reciprocity. Relationships are a two-way street. When one party consistently ignores or violates boundaries without any effort to change, it becomes a one-sided affair that can weigh heavily on your emotional health. Furthermore, if you find yourself constantly needing to justify your feelings or actions to a toxic individual, or if you're always on the defensive, this is a clear sign that the relationship is skewed against your favor. Trust your instincts. If all else fails, it's okay to step back and put yourself first. Walking away isn't a defeat, it's a declaration of self-respect. To wrap up, dealing with toxic people requires a blend of resilience and tact. Setting clear boundaries and limiting your interactions can protect your emotional health. Staying calm and practicing empathy allow for a composed response rather than a reactive one. Prioritize self-care and seek support to bolster your resilience. Maintaining perspective and practicing assertiveness help you stay true to your values. And remember, knowing when to walk away is sometimes the best option. Equip yourself with these tools and you'll be better prepared to handle toxic individuals while keeping your peace intact.